testimony, and I gotta tell you, man, I need you to do me a huge favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because we don't do this show without you. Um, no test without testimony. We normally talk to a lot of business owners. We talk to a lot of entrepreneurs. We talk to authors. We always talk to individuals about their journey. But today I wanted to do something a little different. Um, we talk about tests all the time, but what we don't talk about is who carries us through the test. Um, I gotta be honest. I've went back and forth about talking about this a couple of times, and the one thing about it is we definitely. So once before we get into that, I want you to tell your family, I want you to tell your friends, I want you to tell your auntie, I want to tell your grandmama, I want you to tell everybody to go ahead and subscribe and like the channel with no test without a testimony right here on CI Media Productions. All right. Because today's show we're going to get it very intimate and have a very intimate discussion real quick about someone who could help you through the test. All you gotta do is listen. Um, Once again, this your boy T Wright. Um, I remember when I was about 14 or 15 years old. I got saved and also baptized in a church, Richland Baptist Church in Seneca, South Carolina. And I remember when I was going through that, my mother, both my parents, we both believe in how God can do so many wonderful things in our life, right? And at the end of the day, I did it because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go ahead and do that, right? Well, one of the things about it at that time, I didn't have the fulfillment of understanding the relationship when I was 14, 15 years old, because I was still learning about myself. I was learning about who I was and what I was doing and how I was doing. Um, so now, fast forward about the age of 21, I might have got ready to turn 22. I'm in Germany. I'm serving our country. I'm in the army, and friends of mine, we've been out drinking and partying and so forth, and we made a decision to decide to drive back. Now, at the time, we had one. It was three of us. Another guy. The other guy said, "Hey, I haven't really been drinking like that or anything, so I can drive us back because we about an hour away from where we were stationed." And I went ahead, got in the car like everybody else, and we literally hit a guardrail not less than 10 minutes from where we were stationed. Now you always hear that all the accidents happen about close to home, and that's about 90 something percent correct. So I went ahead. I knew something was different because here's how God works, y'all. It's four of us in the car. Actually, it's five of us in the car. Five of us in the car because we had one person sitting in the middle, and we literally had no bumps, no scratches, no bruises, no nothing. The only thing that happened at that time was there was a the fender on the passenger side part of the car was scratched up pretty bad, and that was it. So by the grace of God, we all walked out, made it back, um, woke up a couple hours later like nothing really happened, which was unique. But at the same time, what we also learned was I had to get myself back in line. I had to get myself back in church. That was the first step. And so I will encourage, if you don't have a church or you do know, uh, you know, a church that you've been tugging at but you just don't want to go to, I encourage you to still go because you never know what God has planted for you in that season right there. All right. So then after that, what I ended up doing was I started going back to a church that was on the military base, and it's kind of like a Presbyterian church, as you will, because most military churches, um, they cater to every religion as much as possible. But let's be honest, man, them Black Baptist churches, they different. They different. So I went started going there. Started encouraging my friends to go. Some did, some didn't. Some did and some didn't. But the one thing I want to come out and say is that I always re-acknowledge where God had brought me to, because I knew for a fact if it wasn't from Him, I wouldn't have been here. And those are just complete facts. After that, what happened is we went ahead and I came home some years later, and challenges still arose. Challenges still came along the way. But the promises that I know for a fact that God seeked me through, He saw me, He pulled me through. He will do the same for you. I want to encourage you right now, if you don't have a relationship with Him, that you actually ask for God to come into your heart, allow Him to move you. Cause I can be honest with you, there's nothing you can do for yourself. You have to do all of it in his guidance. You ever hear the story that if you tell God your story, He'll laugh at you? Because He is laughing at you. Because the story's been ordained by Him. But the one way you have to do it is you got to be able to take knowledge where Jesus has allowed you to be as well. I got to be real. I haven't always done it. I was not always in that place. I was not always in that mindset. And I had to even be dealt with even by Him. So just because you get saved doesn't mean you're gonna just not mean you're gonna change right off the bat. Your heart has to be open enough to allow it to change. You have to be open enough to know that you want to change. And I know for a fact this is not what you normally want to hear on a regular basis. But let's be real. Tomorrow's not promised. There are things that's going on in today's world that you have no idea if it's going to work out well for you, okay? So I just want to come on and say that real quick. I wanted to come and let you know that God is working in your favor. He will continue to keep doing so. All you have to do is trust Him, trust the journey, but most importantly, allow Him to fight the battle, because the battle doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the Lord. I appreciate you guys. I want you to have a beautiful rest of your day. Once again, tell your family, tell your friends about No Test Without Testimony. It's your boy T Wright. Hey, subscribe to the channel, because we are definitely